Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we await the lights here at Suzuka, and it is lights out, and away we go. R7 on pole has got the championship leader right next to him. Versatile tries to inherit first place going into turns 1 and 2. We got Tino and Light, former teammates, going side by side as there's a massive collision going into the first sector. Skillmax dropping down the grid a little bit. Light now in 4th, Tino getting ahead of him as the safety car is called. Acid, as we see on the replay, making his way through up to 6th. Brilliant move on his end. And as it stands, it is Versatile who holds on to P1. As the safety car will be in this lap, we got Bruder in 5th. 4-time world champion himself. He is definitely a contender for the race win today here at Suzuka. Versatile is going down the straight. It is the start of a new lap as we are going racing once again. Light is going to try to get that position back from Mr. Tino, but I believe he's got bigger problems on his hand. Bruder in the Aston Martin. He is going to be trying to get that position away from Light. Light's going to defend this one. Light, he's definitely going to go down the inside. No, Light does not make any defensive maneuver as of yet. Bruder has not made any moves to overtake as of yet. Bruder's teammate is further down the field. Stappen, who is going to be making moves over here, trying to gain position. Stappen himself is a very, very quick driver and has quite a few race wins to his name as they head down the straight now. Safety car has been called due to this collision over here. Skillmax trying to make his way through Mr. Brian, all the way in last place, going through the grass. So the safety car will be coming in this lap. 2 safety cars we have had, and Versatile will be restarting both of them. He is controlling the pace. He is dictating the pace now. And he is putting pedal to the metal, and off he goes. It's getting a little bit dicey between R7 and Mr. Tino, who are trying to maintain that gap to Versatile, but that has actually allowed Versatile to get a brilliant restart. Light now going alongside Mr. Tino, heading down into turn 1. Will he get the position? It looks like he will, getting 3rd and 2nd. Now I believe R7 making a little bit of a mistake, going off track, allowing Light to slip into 2nd. Bruder, the 4-time champ, he's getting a little bit pushed off track over there. We got Spooky in the McLaren trying to gain positions over there. He's making a move on R7, and I believe it was Tino who went tumbling down the order over there. And it is Acid who has joined the fray as well. Acid making that overtake on Bruder. These two actually been battling for quite a long time now. Stappen, who's 14th just a few laps earlier, now slipping up into 8th position.
Onboard with Bruder now in the Aston Martin, still stuck in P5, as you see a train forming slowly behind the McLaren of Mr. Spooky. The drivers behind can't seem to overtake him as they head down the hill now. All 3 cars dumping all of their cars as R7 tries to get by the McLaren. Bruder, however, is the one getting the opportunity now as he goes on the outside of the Red Bull into the double chicane. R7 defends it, but doesn't matter as Bruder goes for the outside again, getting around on R7, going onto the long start-finish straight. And that's Bruder into P4. But further up the road, Spooky, still in P3, will have to defend from the Red Bull behind. Ooh, it seems quite an easy move before they head into the S's. Can Spooky retake P3 or is it a done deal? Spooky might need to shift his focus to the car behind, unless he wants to lose 2 positions in the same lap. As they go down into the hairpin now. Can he overtake? He can't. Bruder is getting very close now as he taps the rear of the McLaren. Into the second sector they go. This is a point where they use all of their cars, and it might be an opportunity if Bruder has more cars behind. They dump all of their cars, but Bruder can't get close enough to make a move on the McLaren. As I said, however, Spooky gets right on the back of R7, and this battle that I said would have been over might not be over after all. A small bump in the back by Bruder, who's trying to set up a move on the McLaren. Now on the exit, just like he did in R7. He will try to do so on the start-finish straight, but this time, however, Bruder doesn't have the speed, and they remain in the same position for now. As long as they're battling, R7 up ahead will slowly extend his lead to these two drivers. In SS now, the Aston Martin is all over the gearbox of Mr. Spooky. As his line is greatly compromised, he manages to keep it on track, but another opportunity arises here as they will head into the sharp hairpin once again. And it's Bruder right on the back of McLaren. Will he get past? It doesn't seem like it for now.
Yeah, this is some close racing indeed. As we hop on board with Light, he is in hot pursuit of Versatile in the Haas. And we've got rain expected in 15 minutes. That's going to mix things up for sure as Light now goes for a move down the inside into the final sector. They go. Light now inherits first place, but Versatile is going to try to fight this one back into the chicane, exiting the final corners now. Versatile is alongside with Light as they head down the pit straight. Versatile cuts Light off immediately as they head into turn 1. Light is going to have to go the long way around, and it looks like he's going to switch things up as they head into the S's. Light in the Racing Bull going side by side with Versa in the Haas. I'm surprised they've been able to keep it this clean. Just a little bit of contact there, but both drivers are able to keep it on track as they head into the double right-handers. Light was able to get that position nice and decisively, but Versa is going to go for the move into the hairpin, and it looks like Light ran out of road over there. Versatile will receive a 5-second penalty for pushing Light off the track and gaining a position. And it looks like Light over here down the straight he goes using his curves. He's gonna gain P1 back from Versatile. Versatile going for a little bit of a move. He goes for a fake there. What a brilliant move from Versatile. This is amazing racing from both of these two top class drivers here at the top of the field. We got R7 just prowling around in the back over there in P3, but it looks like the position will go to Light for now. So as it stands, it appears like the pit window is opening up for the pretty much the entire grid. Light, our race leader, yes, he is going to be going into the pits. He's going to be trying to cover that undercut from R7, who now inherits the lead. Versatile and R7 opting to stay out as we hop on board with Bruder, making a very unusual mistake. It's not every day that we see an error from the multi-time champ, as we see Spooky, Acid, and Skillmax all inheriting a position from that costly mistake. So it looks like Versatile, our race leader, will be coming into the pits now on lap 20. I am definitely sure those tires were not going to go any longer than they did. Light is over here coming onto lap 20, battling. He's actually going down the pit lane straight. And will Versatile get ahead of Light? It looks like Versa will be ahead of Light. These two, even on alternate strategies, they can't really get rid of each other, can they? As Light now falls into line behind Versatile.
Still on board with Light. The train has hit the track now, as we hear the call from the Racing Bulls team to head into the pit lane and switch to a hard tire. Into the pit lane he goes, and being the last car to pit before the rain hit, he will have an advantage with the fresher, grippier tires. Versatile behind doesn't go for the pit lane, neither will all the cars behind. Will Light's late pit work out for him, or is there no time to gain it back? He comes out the pit lane now, behind Champ. Steppen is closing the exit in P8. It's time for him to play catch up now.
Yeah, like mediums are not gonna work here.
I want to make it to the end of the race.
We're seeing the other Racing Bull driver of Skillmax now on board, who is desperately trying to get past the struggling Haas, who can't seem to find the grip in the rain. And that's Skillmax now into P5. Thunder's hitting the track now as both Racing Bull drivers are lightning fast.
Yeah, an exciting race it has been, in my personal opinion, as we hop on board with Light, currently down in P8. He's got fresh tires, and he is attacking Steppen, who is in the Aston Martin. Steppen is going to defend his position ferociously, and it looks like he is going to also try to put Tino up ahead under a little bit of pressure. As we can see, Steppen has a lot more worn out tires in comparison to Light. I'm sure Steppen might have to pit, but it looks like he's going to be attacking Tino into the final chicane, taking in an alternate line. He's going side by side. Tino's got that inside line going into the final corner, into the final bend, as they now use their curves. Steppen has Light coming up alongside him. Light entering the scene now. But it looks like Light isn't able to get that position, but he is putting Stappen under a lot of pressure, and it's Light round the outside into the S's, making sure that Stappen has no chance of retaliation. Light in these fresh tires in the rain is now putting Tino under pressure. Will he get Tino as they head now onto this straight, approaching the hairpin? And it looks like Stappen going for a move on Light, fighting back, now closer to Tino than ever. It looks like Tino is really struggling in these very slick, very treacherous conditions as they head now into the next big straight. They're approaching the final sector over here. Stappen and Tino using their curves. Tino getting away. It looks like he was able to conserve some of that energy in his car as they enter the final chicane once more. Tino is trying to hold on to that position. He's trying to build that gap under these conditions, and he is going into the pits. Tino pits, allowing Stappen and Light to gain a couple positions over there. Light still trying to fight Stappen off as they head into the
last lap of the Japanese Grand Prix, which is once again one on track by R7 in the Red Bull. He has some pending penalties, so the finishing order will change a bit, and Versa finishes P2 after starting from P2. P3 by Skillmax will be promoted into P1 after penalties, getting his first win of the season and the first win of the new Racing Bull team. Asset all the way from P12 finished P4, closely followed by Light at P5. Bruder takes Aston Martin into a P6 finish, with Spooky finishing right behind him in P7. And Champ Stappen will finish in P8, and Tino and Mabricki will have a final sprint towards the line, and the Haas finishing P9 and Mabricki closing out the points in P10.